Ain't you got in the building early tonight? Hey, what's checking, baby? How you doing? Y'all, I'm through with the tree. I'm fixing to let y'all see. I'm working on my penny table now. I'm trying to get through with it so I can get my living room cleaned up. Yep. Wait till a few more y'all get in here. Shatika say, I'm ready. Let's talk about it. I don't know who gave me this subject because I don't write things down. I mean, I just wrote down the topic of conversation, but who said it or who asked, I don't know. But that's a good subject to talk about tonight. How to fall down and get back up because it happens to a lot of us in life. I've fallen down, got back up. I'm gonna say I slipped. But I caught myself before I hit the ground on every occasion. Let's talk about it is in the building. Hey, welcome to Chatting with Ms.V. How you doing? I'm gonna turn some of these lights off so y'all can see this tree. Y'all need to see y'all's Christmas tree over here. I put time and effort into this tree. How many days I've been working on this tree? At least the tree has been in the house for at least a week and a half. It got put up yesterday after taking the green tree back and getting the white tree. I went down and got the decorations on Saturday from storage. So this tree started coming to life on Saturday night. Sunday, today is Monday. This is a 3-day tree. When you buy them cheap trees, you got to work with them because they're not flocked. They don't have very good branches. They're real limp. I learned a lot. I paid for what I got, like I said earlier. So it is what it is. I think I'm going to be finished with this table tomorrow. I had to go back to the bank today and get some more rolls of pennies. So I got another $5 worth, and I think that's going to really complete this table if I don't run into a lot of bad pennies that look like this. It doesn't look like a penny. It's been through the storm. I don't want that on my table. So it's done. Yeah, I'm going to show it to you, Sherry. Hold on. Let me flip the camera. Okay, first of all, let me turn off the light so you can see the ambiance of the tree. Hold on. Okay. I should have turned the candles on in the window too, but I just got off work a little late tonight, so here it is. Bam. That's it. I'm going to have to get up again and back away from it so you can see the entire tree. Okay. I can barely walk around the tree. I got so much stuff in the middle of the floor. The star looks good because that light is coming through that little piece right at the top. That's how it turned out. I'm gonna walk around. See, it's full now. You can't see all in the middle and stuff. Back on off. Go around this side. I gotta walk around the whole, all through the kitchen to get to the other side. Hold on. Let me turn some light on. Okay. But tomorrow I gotta get my living room cleaned up. I can't stand it. No, I cannot. Okay. That's from this side. So now the only thing I have to do is pull it in the middle of the window. My girlfriend told me, take it over in front of the door, just leave enough room behind it to go out the door. And that could be the simplest way. That way I don't have to move all of this, all of this, all of this, to push it down. Yeah. Because this is what's going to have to go for me to push everything this way. That's too much pushing. Then you got to pull it back. So I might do the door idea thing because I ain't going to be going out there that much anyway. And it ain't going to be up that long. And I still be able to go behind the tree even if I pull it out maybe another 2 inches. So that's the tree. I haven't been outside to see what it looked like from the outside. And just let it sit in front of the door. Let me see. Let's take a look from the outside, see what we got going on. Okay, hold on. Let me get this door open. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it has to be seen. So it's going to have to either come from the need to all be turned on. Okay. Yeah, I ain't do bad. So y'all happy? Y'all satisfied? Huh? Talk to me. You know you can't hurt my feelings. Because I'm done either way it go. Regardless of what you say. I put the final touch on it tonight when I put that garland on there. That was it for me. And I bought 8 more of the big bows. I found them at another store because I had all of the little ones I had bought today because they were out at the other store. So that's it now, y'all. That's it. That's all. Okay, that takes care of that. And this is where I am on the penny pot project. I got this much more to go. But that's it. It's coming right along. And I'm going to run out of glue. So when I run out of glue, I think I'm going to be right at the end of this row. And that's going to be it for tonight. So I have from here to go. And I figure I can do that in the next 2 days and have it finished. Yep. So that's 2 projects down. The bar stools, I just got to go get the braiding to put on them and paint the legs. 3 projects down. I ain't taking on no more either. These are done. The candles are finished. The log candles. Okay? Yep. And the other project I have is upholstering the 2 chairs that go in the bedroom, but I'm not doing that myself. I'm not doing it. Nope, I'm having it done. So while I'm off, I'm going to take them over to the guy who's going to upholster them for me and go find the material that I want on them. And that's the end of the projects. I got to do the shower curtain. And I can't take on no more projects. I got to be free. Spring is going to be coming soon. Okay. All right, let's see what y'all saying, and then we're going to get into the topic of conversation. Okay. Let's talk about it is in the building. Elaine is in here also. Michelle James. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Glad you're here. Hey, Lois and Sherry. Arlene is here. Looks beautiful. It's done. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm through being done. Yeah, that's it. I probably can move a few more red balls over on the backside at the bottom, but I mean, ain't nobody gonna see back there, no way. From the porch or from the balcony or from inside. So yeah, I'm done. Might as well call it a day. Hey Sting, how you doing? Waiting on my sister to pick me up, but I'm here until then. Okay, Sting. Miss Deborah Silver's in the house tonight. Noptaga, hey. All right, that's my decorator right there. Noptaga, am I finished? Because everybody else told me last night that I was done. I should have been. It's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad y'all like it turned out great, Miss V. Okay. We've come a long way since last night. Okay. Thank you, Arlene. I appreciate that. Tree turned out well, says Doki and Arlene. Everything looks beautiful. Don't need nothing else. Yes, ma'am, Miss Sherry. I'm going to keep that man's hands out my pocket. I'm done. I said that when I came home and put the last 8 bows up there tonight and put the garland around it, I was like, I'm done. Ms.V, turn the fireplace on. It's on, see? Knob Tiger. It's on. There it is. It's on. Okay, that was a entertainment center that Knob Tiger suggested that I put a heater in there. And I had one already. All I had to do is go in the bedroom and get it out and put it in there. So I took the fireplace, painted it black, and put it up there. There it is. I made the candle. No, Miss Margaret made those candles up there. The red candles. They're pretty neat. And she had them in her house, and she took them down and gave them to me to put up on the fireplace. Okay. That's what she did to them. Put some fringes around the bottom and the little diamond studs. And the Annie who gave me the eggs had made that whiskey bottle. Okay? That's where it came from. I did that. And I'm thinking I'm going to put some greenery in it also. It's too much gold. I need some greenery in it or some red flowers coming out of it or something. It's kind of blah. Yeah. Okay. So, here we go. Ms.V, what are you saying, Lois? What you mean it's almost finished? Well, honestly, I'm done. Ain't no more almost. Only thing I'm gonna do is shift a few things around on it. But to buy some more stuff, what I'm gonna buy? The topper is there. The bows are on there. The ribbon, honestly, I don't know what you planning on doing, but if anything else get done, you must be gonna come over here and do it. I done signed off on that. Oh yes, ma'am. Nah, I done signed all the way off on that tree. I'm done. That's the Fantastic Voyage tree for 19. What is this? 2023. I was going to say 1923. Yeah, that's the tree on the ship over here. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, Miss V. It will be beautiful in front of the door. Okay. I just leave me enough space to slide behind it. Because ain't nobody in here but me. Ain't nobody going to be going out there unless I let them out there. So I thought about why slide all this stuff down to put it in front of the window when I can use the door. If anything happen where it catch on fire, I ain't going to be able to get from the 3rd floor down there. No way. My best bet is try to get out that parking garage. Okay. Sting is laughing and speaking to everybody. Hello, beautiful people. I found out I have pneumonia in my left lungs, but I'm home just showing love. I'm trying to get me some sleep, Miss V. Okay, Sandra, I'm glad you found out what it was, because that should have been a little annoying and painful. Pneumonia in your lungs. Go ahead on to sleep. I don't take no videos down. You can watch the replay. I appreciate you letting us know how you are, and we'll be praying that you recover very soon. Hey, Linda Forge, good evening. Thank you for the roses. Prayers for you, Sandra. Dear God, watch over Sandra while she's sick and heal her body, Lord. Yes, indeed. Denise is in the building with roses tonight. Love your tree. Thank you. I appreciate that, Linda. It was a cheap old tree from one of them dollar stores. But I told y'all I was going to make this tree work this year, because I had already started putting the gold on there last night when I came on live. So I had to just keep putting stuff up there to fill in all them holes and make it happen, make it work. Yes, I told you the gold would look great, Miss V. We had already decided this thing earlier. Before you came in, I had asked them, and Myra started off with gold, and then several other people said gold. But I thought the red would be too much, because I said in the live earlier, the red would probably wrap the balcony outside. Because I already had the red bows up there, so I knew that would be a little overdone. Yeah. Needed more contrast to it. That's why I put the greenery in there also. Okay. Thank you, Knob Tiger. I appreciate that. But you did tell me that. Hey, Prince. Your tree looks beautiful. My cat want to play in your Christmas tree. No, no. No, 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 no. I've had a cat before. When we lived in Catonsville, we lived in Patapsco Forest. They built the subdivision into the forest. So we had all the animals that came out the forest, the deer, um, everything, raccoons, rats. So we ended up having to get a cat because the mice, we couldn't stop the mice from coming into the house. And we got this kitten when he was maybe about a week old. And we went over and adopted him from a pet store. Brought him home. I named him. Um, the cat grew so fast. It was like he was a grown big cat before we knew it. And the first time he caught a mouse in the house, he put it on the dining room rug, and he was trying his best to get me to come in there so I could praise him, so he could just be overwhelmed with me telling him, oh, what a good cat you are. But that cat became so bossy and so just he became like a child in the house. He had his own bar stool that he wanted to sit in by the patio door. He had the reclining chair. That's where he slept at night, although he had his own bed. He started out sleeping at the foot of the bed. We had a little baby blanket we put there. And then before we knew it, he'd get up in the middle of the night and roam the whole house. But they potty trained very easily, and I was real pleased because I had never had a cat. Didn't want a cat. But he was short hair, so he just didn't do a lot of shedding. And of course, I went out and bought him a lot of clothes, winter coat and sweaters and stuff like that. So he was always clean when we went somewhere. I absolutely love the idea of the table and pennies. Your home looks very much so ready for the holidays. It's very nice. Thank you, Denise. Love everything. Thank you, Lois. No, no, no. It's great the way it is. I'm talking earlier, Ms.V. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I got you, Stain. Hey, Elisa, beautiful treat. Thank you. That's y'all's treat over here on the Fantastic Voyage. I put a little work and a little effort and a little money into it, and it came out pretty good. Good evening to you, Charlene. Thank you for the hearts and the roses. Charlene says, you better ring that bell. Yeah, a lot of them need to just step back out for a few minutes and come right back in. You ain't gonna miss much. Sending healing prayers to you, Sandra, from Charlene. Hey, Living Purpose, glad to see you in here tonight. All of the money you spent to fix it, it wasn't so cheap after all, Miss V. Yeah, but I can use the decorations over. Yeah, I always keep the decorations. I had collected so many ornaments and things over the years, and I just couldn't bear to go back into that storage shed and get that stuff out. It was just too many memories in there of us putting things back. And because we had a Christmas tree up there, we decorated around the seasons. It stayed in the basement all the time. But anyway, it's all good. It's like a fresh new start. Keep some help when moving the tree. Oh, get some help. I will. The guys will come up here and move it for me. That work here at the complex, they'll come up and move it for me. All I got to do is put in a work order. I got to put in a work order anyway for them to come up and hang those pictures in the bedroom for me. So we can do it all maybe Saturday. That sounds like a good day. Otherwise, they'll have to come in the middle of the day when I'm home. And this week is kind of busy, and I don't know if I'm going to be at home. Hey, Miss Jackie, see you in the building. I see you now. Was it you that thought you were blocked? Good evening to you. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you, Linda, for coming in. I appreciate that. Catch the replay for me. Hit the like button on the way out. Season greetings, Christmas. My birthday is coming on December the 9th, and we get out of school December the 15th. So we're going to have the December birthday parties that Saturday night, the 16th. That sounds like a good night to me. Let's have it for the whole month. Happy pre-birthday to you. It's look, 5 days away. Okay, so we'll be a little bit behind your birthday. Lois is praying for you, Sandra. And she's Doki is telling Living Purpose thanks and praise God. Okay, everybody is speaking to live in purpose and praying for her. Wait until y'all see my little tree. Oh, it can be cute. It don't have to be big to be pretty. Some lady came in the other night and told me this tree here was a desktop. And I was like, let me show the whole tree up by the door. And then she can see it's 6 feet tall. Because I was only showing this much of the tree and I was right up on it. So I guess it looked very small and naked at that time because I had not loaded it up with stuff. But now she'll be able to see. So let's get into the commentary because Miss V want to get back on her pennies and try to do at least 2 or 3 more rows. And then I'm going to take me a shower and I'm going to hit it, okay? So whoever wanted me to talk about falling down and getting back up, I had to ponder over this one because I think we've all fallen down at some point and had to get back up. But the main thing that I realized after I had to pick myself back up, nobody could do it but you. You can gang with people, you can uh bring in a bunch of allies or whatever, but that's usually your worst enemies. Years later down the road, when you stop and you look back on why you fell down or how you fell down, if you fell down riding with the people that you riding with now, think about it like a dope addict or a drug dealer. They cannot come back to the same environment with the same people unless they are very, very strong people. Otherwise, they're going to slide right back into the habit again. So, whatever your vice is, whether it's lying, stealing, drugs, I can't think of anything else. Let me think. Let me think. In behind somebody else's man, sleeping with somebody else's man, whatever your vice may be, only you can stop it. And a lot of people want to blame other people for their faults and their failures. You're not healed until you can blame yourself. Nobody made you do anything unless they had a gun to your head and handcuffs on you. If they didn't have that, you did that yourself. And only you have to take responsibility for your actions. Now, that's falling down. You're already down now. So you got to get yourself back up. You got to come up with a master plan. The first thing you got to do is a lot of people want to believe in the universe, some don't want to believe in God at all. But it's times like that is when you find him. Yep. In your worst times, you'll find him. And it's biblical throughout the Bible. Those that went through rough times and hard times, that's how they got to know him. Because it's hard to deal in a spiritual realm where you can't touch and feel him like in a human sense. Spiritual dwelling is different. You can feel him, but it's in your heart, it's in your mind, it's in your soul. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Let me get in the chat. Hey, Rhonda, the gorgeous one. How you doing? Remember, whatever lessons learned, this life is the gift, even if it's pain, your teacher. Yeah. Experiences, faults, and failures can be your best teachers if you own up to them. A lot of people don't want to own up to, they want to sugarcoat their life. They want to make it so grand and so beautiful and so this and so that. I'd never do that. To others, maybe my life was so beautiful and so grand, but you don't know what I had, the price I had to pay to get to this point in my life. It wasn't easy for me from a child growing up. If your mother is sick from the time you actually get to know your mother, she has brain surgery at the age of 5. You don't really come back home to be with your family until maybe I was 9. And then those years passed fast. Before I knew it, I was 15 getting a hardship license. So my childhood days, I could look back on them and say, oh God, I had a horrible childhood. No, I don't look at it like that because I went from house to house, from one family member to one friend's house to another. It was a great experience for me. I got to learn how other families operated and follow rules and regulations in other houses that were much like the house that I had come from, I lived in, and I went back to, um, living with white families. It was different. They're not the same as we are, but it gave me a bold understanding of people. And I don't think unless you have had those kind of experiences, you really don't know how to deal with people. I see a lot of comments even coming into my chat after I get off. They're not bold enough to come into my chat and tell me what they got to tell me. They wait and watch the replay and then they want to drop a comment. Not many. It's just a few out there. And it's like they have all the knowledge in the world. You why you wait till now to address this? Because I want to. Because it's my business, ain't yours. I didn't see that in the video because it wasn't a video. It was in a text. You see, you missed the whole gist of the thing being critical, being judgmental. That's a part of the problems that we have out here today. When you fall down, people are going to judge you. Some of the same people who've been riding thick and thin with you, they're going to turn on you. They're not going to be there for you. You can call them family, you can call them friends. They don't want to be embarrassed by your behavior. So look forward to that. So that's what I'm saying. You're going to have to bring yourself back to reality on your own. The first thing I would do falling down is get up praying every day. Let him lead, ask him to lead you and guide you, give you some discernment and some wisdom. Stop doing the same thing over and over and getting the same result. It's not working. You got to make some changes in your life. You may have to make some changes with people. A lot of people who started out on my journey are not on my journey now. A lot of people who started out with me on YouTube are not here. It does not bother me because I got to understand it that there's 8 billion people in the world and you can move on and meet somebody else. That's a mature thinking individual. You don't get upset. You don't know why people left. You don't get out here and talk about them. You don't mow them down. You don't do nothing. You just keep on with your content. Keep moving. So whatever your life story is, whether it was a man, whether it was drugs, having too many children, not having any children, people have a multitude of issues out here. It's all in how you deal with it. Some people cling to their children for life. They don't even let their children have a life. Others want to be solo and independent and move away from everything and everybody they've ever known. Those are usually the ones that come out smelling like a rose. Because for as long as you're around the people that you had the problem with, they're going to make you face it from time to time. Even if you've gotten back up off the floor and dusted yourself off and moving on, they'll remind you. Who wants to hear that? Nobody. Living purpose say, amen, amen. He'll meet you right where you are. I'm trying to tell you. Respectfully yours is speaking to me. Let's see. See what I'm saying? There are very childish people out in the world. Just because you are aged or you are aging, it does not mean that you're mature. I say it all the time. Your chronological age has nothing to do with chronological, meaning your physical age, the age you are now, has nothing to do with your immaturity level. If we over here talking about falling down, which is a deep subject, and trying to pick yourself back up, why would I have a comment being held for review by YouTube? because that individual there has some issues and she wants to bring, or he wants to bring their issues into my chat tonight. But no, mm-mm. This is my platform. This is my channel. These are my guests in my chat tonight, my followers, my supporters. And you wouldn't be accepted anyway. Why are you over here bothering people? Because you've fallen down. So we're happy over here. We're praying for people who may be sick and shut in or whatever over here, and that bothers you? Well, that's your problem. It's not our problem. That's me. I prefer being alone for that very reason. Exactly. I have my times when I want to be with people, but at the end of the day, I would rather come out here and talk virtually to people that I don't know. Every now and then, y'all see a person coming into my chat that I say I've known her 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, but they don't come in here every day. But trust me, they're listening. Trust me. Okay? Or they picking back up on the videos later. Mm-hmm. So I'm very careful of the things I say and do out here on YouTube. I'm not your typical content creator that can just come out here and go back and forth with people every day and cuss people out and do that, because I don't do it in real life. So why be something you're not? Be yourself, and you can be more comfortable and more happy. But I've known quite a few people in life who have fallen down and picked themselves back up. I'm wishing that I can get with I call him baby brother. The guy that gave me my 4K party when he had his party over at his house. Mr. Blue, he's been in and out of the chat before. He has a story he could tell you. This guy, I'm not going to tell his story. I'm going to ask him if he'll come on and tell his story and tell you how he fell down and picked himself up. Only thing I can tell you today is he lives in a $500,000 home. He's recently married over the past 2 years. He just recently retired, I think it was last year, from one of the plants in Texas City. He has a great personality, always has. He gets along with people quite well. He has about a 4-car garage with a Rolls Royce, a BMW convertible, a Jeep, and he bought his wife a Lexus last year, I believe it was. He also just sold his boat. He's not going to do the fishing anymore, but he bought a brand new Winnebago. He's living. But I want to see if I can get him to come on here and tell you where he was about 40 years ago, because he's in his 60s now. About 40 years ago, when he was in his 20s, you never would have thought he was going to amount to nothing. Okay? That's how deep and bad it was. And could have gone to prison had he not turned his life around. Okay? So I'm going to get with him over the holidays and see if he'll grace my panel and sit down and tell y'all how he fell all the way from to rock bottom. And he wasn't doing drugs. He did that. And how he worked his way back up, went out and got him a job making money over at the plant and became a supervisor. Bought him a home. His daughter now lives in his first home. His son is in the service, I don't know what part, and he's doing well. And he and his wife, I think, are going into 2 years of marriage. And they just love each other to death. They both are on second marriages. Let's see. Knob Tiger, Ms.V, you miss some people not intentional and they just want to add to the conversation. Oh, I'm sorry. What's happening is some of my comments, when they come in, go back up into the middle of the chat where I've already read, And I keep going to the bottom, and that's how I'm missing them. So I got to figure out how to make the comments come to the bottom and not come back up in the middle of the chat. Let me go back up. I thought I had gotten everybody. Okay, not Tiger. Yes, some exhibit burnout steps, feeling useless, powerless, and empty. Get help when needed. And that's another thing. Black people never want to go to a therapist until here lately. Because you was crazy. Back in my times when you went and sit down and talk to a shrink. That's right, Ms.V. No one knows the price people pay to become who they are. That's why I found jealousy to be so ignorant. It's very ignorant. It doesn't do anything for you but make other people realize that you're jealous. If I come out here and I talk about Elaine, the way she looked, or the house she live in, or the car she drives, or the job she has, or how her children, I have a problem with Elaine because I really want to be Elaine. You got to look at it for what it really is. People don't just sit up and talk about people for no reason. If they have a problem with that person, why can't you just say what you got to say and move on and be done with it? Why do you got to call somebody ugly and the children ugly and talk about the dead parents? And oh, it's just, to me, it's just crazy. When the Bible distinctly tells you the dead are dead, they're in spirit, they're no longer here. There should be no conversation about them at all. Dougie say, change the environment. Experience is the best teacher for all, but don't stay there. Encourage yourself and get back starting slow and you will get there. Exactly. That's a good point, Dougie, because a lot of people want to fall down and spring up. No, 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 no. You crawl up most of the time. Unless somebody takes an interest in you that can help you get up a little faster, I wouldn't want that though. I don't like a lot of help from people because people think you owe them for life. And I've always been a little bit leery of taking big help from people. I don't want it. I'd rather just struggle and make it on my own. I'd rather lower my lifestyle than to be out here trying to live the same lifestyle I used to. It's no different than in my life, a separation or divorce. Okay, I've shown y'all the 5,000 square foot house that me and the first husband built down in Texas City at Paseo Lobo, right across from the Mall of the Mainland. Why would I divorce? And we're bringing in back in that would have been in the 80s, over $200,000 a year as a couple with rental property and two jobs and only she was 4, yeah, when we divorced. So why would I try to stay in the house just to show my friends and my neighbors my big beautiful home that I built from the ground up when his income is gone? So basically I got to carry that load by myself with a 4-year-old. I don't know what's going to happen to him. I know while he's alive, they awarded me $800 a month back then, child support. So you know he was making the money. I'm talking about 1986. Okay? So you got to be able to change your mindset. Drop down to where you can afford. Fix it up and be happy. I'm by myself now. I lost my husband's income and his benefits. So why would I stay over there in a house I could not afford to keep on my own without draining myself, not knowing how long I was going to live? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter if the house is paid for. It's the upkeep. It's the insurance. You're going to be fucking out a lot of money a month to stay in this big house by yourself and use the bathroom, the kitchen, and the bedroom most of the time. Give me my money up out of here and let me roll. Yeah, that makes most sense to me. Then I can live however I want to live without any headaches. All I got to do is pay these people every month. That's it. Everything else is included in there that I need here. Once I give them that money, I'm done. I don't care. Like the commode wasn't flushing good on Saturday. It was easy to pick up the phone and call them. I ain't got to worry about it. I'm too old for that. I ain't got time for all that. Change the environment. And that's a plus. I think you can move faster and pick yourself up faster if you change your environment. Like I say, it's almost like a drug dealer or a crackhead. Get out from around the people who had so much influence over you. I always go back to Jim Jones and David Koresh because they really manipulated the minds of the people to even draw them into their life. And then they took control of all of their possessions, every check they had coming in. And if you notice, he had people with money coming in where they could take care of them and him. And then he had sex with all of them, anybody he wanted to. That's mind control. I'm never going to let nobody get into my mind where they tell me what to do, how to do it. That's why when these people come into my comments after I get off live, I read the comment, but I don't go back and forth with them like a lot of content creators do. And, argue back. And why I got to argue with you? No, I delete you or report you is what I do. You never hear from me because I don't want to hear what you got to say, girl. I don't know what you got going on in your life. Your life might be twisted and upside down for real to come over here and even bother me or even say anything to me. For all I know, you might be living under a rock and you over here trying to tell me something. So no, I don't even, if I get them, I don't get them often, but when I do get them, I read it and I say, here's a problem. Delete, or here's a big problem. Report. That's what I do. I never hear from you again. Elaine is speaking to me. The tree is very pretty. Thank you, Elaine. That's right, Ms.V. No one knows. Okay, I read that as I went back up again. Now let me come back down. Lois is telling Doka that's so true. Hey, okay, I'm back to where I was, I think. Miss V, you missed. Okay, that's where I was. Hey, Carla, thank you for coming in. Okay. Ali Price, your message was deleted by Yo-Yo. Be nice. That we're not being mean over here, and we don't want to be. Lynette Miller, how you doing this evening? That's your second time. 3 strikes you out. Jennifer Thomas, hello, Miss V in chat. I'm driving, so I can't text everyone, but hello to everyone, Miss V. You speaking truth. Thank you, Jennifer. Keep your eye on the road, baby. It's the season. Okay? I don't know what area you live in, but around here, it's a lot of deer coming out early in the morning in front of the bus. We almost hit one this morning, and they can do a whole lot of damage. I appreciate you renewing your membership as a sugar wooger. Miss V, keep being bold and speaking truth. I got to at this point. God wants bold people, especially the elderly and the aged. And I think we've talked about from a biblical standpoint what my expectations of him to me are at this point in my life. I ain't supposed to be out here lying and sugarcoating. I'm supposed to be either listening or telling the truth, one or the other. When you open your mouth, don't be lying. Because people gonna figure it out sooner or later anyway. All people do is get in your business anyway and go trying to dox you and all that. Because they ain't got no life. So you just bring it on out here to them so they don't have to do all that. And then you can say, I told you so. Just like I told them before. Y'all doxed me 4 times for what? You ain't found out nothing I ain't told you. Okay? Roll on your side. Push yourself up to a side position. Slowly get onto your hands and knees. Crawl towards being a shine of light. Amen. Yes, ma'am, not Tiger. You got it, baby. Good evening, thankful for life. I appreciate you coming in. If I hadn't got up every time I fell, I would still be down. A lot of people do. They're not strong enough. You find out how strong you are and how much faith you really have in your weakest moments. And you're gonna have those weak moments in life. Um, Things could happen to your children. Things could happen to your husband. Things could happen to you. You could come here like we all are today with the activities of our limbs and go out there and get in a car wreck, God forbid, tonight and be in a wheelchair for life. That's a mind altering thing that you are going to have to learn how to maneuver around in a different fashion. It's not going to be easy. And he never told you. Nowhere will you ever find that he ever said, oh, it's going to be an easy road out here. Some people make it seem like it's an easy road because they really live off the coattails and the backs of others. You don't see them really doing anything for themselves. They talk a good game, but they've never really educated themselves to go out and get the job in the job market today with the competition they have out there to really even make any money. YouTube is probably the most money a lot of people have made in their entire life. They figured out drama sales. So therefore, that's what you're going to get every day. I thank God I don't have to do that for a living. That I've made my living. I've worked, okay, close to 40 years for mine. I just don't have it in me to come out here bickering and arguing and fighting and lying and denying and defending. I don't care to do that. I hadn't got up every time okay, yes. Okay, you must forgive yourself. Don't keep beating yourself up. Exactly. Do it. Find you in you. Does that make sense? Find the you in you and start lifting yourself up. Because if you waiting on somebody else to do it when you down and out, they got other life. They going back to the life they were living before they met you. Probably are going to say, dog, I wasted my time with him or her. I shouldn't have never done this. I shouldn't have. They going to start beating themselves up for fooling with you. Very few are going to be there when you're sick in bed and in jail. My mom always told me that was my best friend. If you're sick in bed or in jail, if they got the time to come and see you in jail, or if you sick in bed, come and do something for you, it's a real friend. Otherwise, fly by nights. Take it casual and keep it moving. Treat them nice until they show themselves unworthy of your kindness, and then move on. A jealous person is a dangerous person. I told y'all that the other night, Sherry. Jealousy and envy is a bad combination. It's dangerous as hell, and them people will go to the extremes to destroy and exterminate you. They don't have empathy. They don't have sympathy. They are so caught up into being like you or wanting to be you until they will destroy you and still never get there. But in their minds, you're not there. That's all that is important to them. And they're always talking and bringing God in the picture. Can pray like a saint. And some of the biggest demons you ever met on this planet. The tree is beautiful, Queen. Thank you, Tajisti. I'm done. Okay, got to go. Okay, y'all have a good time staying and be careful out there. Jennifer, thanks for supporting Chatting with Ms.V, your membership. Yeah, she's been over here for a while. She doesn't often come into the chat all the time. And I have quite a few members like that I don't see them in the chat. I see comments from time to time after I've gone off live. But it's all good. People have their reasons and their seasons. It's like who came in last night and I hadn't seen her in a long time. And she said she took a break from social media. And sometimes you do have to get away from social media. This is virtual life. Not too many people live on social media like they live in real life. There's a few of us out here that live the same life on social media that we live off of social media. We can turn the camera on. We can walk out in front of you. We can show face every day with no problems. Most are behind a screen. You don't know what their house look like. You don't know what they look like. It's easy to talk from behind the screen. While I got y'all focused on the Christmas tree, I'm not looking at y'all. Y'all are not looking at me. The eyes are the window to the soul. It tells a story. Now, when I flip this camera back around, y'all looking in my eyes now. They'll tell you a story. If I can't look you in this camera, even though you're not where I can see you, I should be able to focus in on what you're saying and look at this camera, no matter what. hmm Yep. Let's see. Yes, God wants us to lead, so we must be honest. You cannot lead people being dishonest. At some point, the truth is going to come to the light. And once it does, that's when the problem is going to start, because you lied to the people and you got caught up in that lie. Now they don't trust you. They found out the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Now where you going to go from there? You had 10,000 people following. When one starts to walking, it's going to be a domino effect. They all going to get to walking. Sooner or later, they're going to move on. You're not who you say you are. Hey, Homestyle, glad to see all the beautiful people here. We are happy to have you over here always, Homestyle. Okay. Hi, Miss Smithers, how you doing? Good evening to you and everyone coming into the chat. When you feeling some kind of way, feeling envy, which happen, just do a little legwork to find, actively seek them, and conquer your capacity. And get in a group of people that's trying to go into the direction you're going in. I stay grounded because I don't care who says anything about me going to church or having affiliation with church or whatever. That's like-minded people that realize we are all sinners trying to be saved down there. We have become, I've been down there with them over 20 years now. We have become a family. That 3 weeks I didn't go to church, I miss getting up, putting my clothes on and going down there, seeing them and getting a word to try to carry me through the week. You got to get grounded in something. You might as well get grounded in something that might save your soul. Instead of getting grounded up in a virtual reality thing, he ain't gonna ask you why you chose YouTube over him. He'll provide your every need and your every care with or without YouTube. I survived 68 years without YouTube because I was 69 this year and I've been out here 1 year. So why would I allow YouTube to control me? No way. When you feeling some kind of way, okay, I read that, not Tiger. Okay. Thank you, Ms.V. I appreciate that. I hope you don't mind me calling you Ms.V. You're also speaking to Charlene. I'm blocking any MF that comes over here talking that BS. And I don't care who don't like it. I'm just saying, if you don't like what she's talking about, move on. Don't come this way asking something she's clearly not talking about. Exactly. Stay on topic. Thank you, Yo-Yo, because that interrupts the live. If we're over here talking about falling down and getting up, why would you come over here and ask anything else? You don't do it on no other content creators page. And my moderators, I really like the way they're doing this platform over here because I want to grow with people who want to grow with me. I want to learn from you like you learn from me. I want to have fun with you like you having fun with me. We may never ever meet each other personally in life, but I can always say, wow, I had great conversation with Charlene, Doki, Stay in My Lane, Naptown, everybody that comes into the chat over here, that we get familiar with each other and we get to know. Maybe one day we'll all make it to heaven together and we'll be in a spirit form again. And we'll know each other, okay? You're speaking truth, Ms.V. I'm trying to speak from my own experiences in life. I think my biggest fall down was the two divorces. When you got to split and go your way and you have a small child and she started out with her father and now she's not with her father, and then years later she's with her stepfather who she adores to this day and calls him daddy, okay? She calls her father father and she calls him daddy. So she has two. She was blessed. I didn't know it would turn out that way. I prayed that it did, but it did. And she loves him, truly does. And he didn't have any, we didn't have any children together. He had a son, I had a daughter. We raised them together. Hey everyone, I hit the like button on the way in. That must be my Veronica. And your tree is beautiful, absolutely, in the wisdom you are sharing. Thank you. Remember, everything do not deserve a reaction or response. You are correct. Sometimes people want to do things and say things for you to react. But if you ignore them and keep pushing and keep going for your prize or whatever your goal is, they fall by the wayside. Or they eventually come to their sense and say, this woman ain't who this lady or this man said she was. I've got to know her for myself. And that's where people go wrong out here in this virtual world. They follow these people, like I say, like they David Koresh, and they eventually end up drinking the Kool-Aid because these people have gotten into their minds. They've gotten into their minds to where they are digging deep off into their pocketbooks and will tell them, give me a cash out, send me a this, send me a that. And I'll be like, how in the world were you just bragging yesterday, but you begging today? That don't go together. Let people bless you the way they want to bless you. They understand you don't make no money unless you get super stickers, super chats, and cash apps out here on YouTube. These videos don't make you that much money. You gotta want to do this stuff. Unless you want to come out here and just do drama every day to run it up. But I've never been that intrigued with nobody else's life that I want to sit up and listen to somebody else's life, your opinion of their life every day. Not me. I would rather be in a chat where the channel I watch is teaching me something or it's going to help me with something. Or come on here and I know when I got into this decorating, I know now that Knob Tiger and y'all, most of y'all in here are good decorators. I can ask you your opinion and not be upset with it. You're not going to tell me the wrong thing. I brought home red and gold. Okay. I let y'all make the decision. I had already kind of made up in my mind that gold was going to be the better choice because of all the red I had in the tree. But let me just ask them and see what they think. Okay? This is our tree over here. Remember everything. Okay, that's right, Sherry. I'm getting on down. Y'all are speaking to each other. You better speak, Ms.V. I got to. I'll be 70 February the 19th. I think this would be held against me if I sit up here and went along with things that I know is wrong. I know for a fact. I don't need nobody to tell me, and I'm going to go along to get along. I'm going to be held accountable for that because there are young people watching and following me. I have grandchildren. I have a child. I'm down there working with children. They are on my YouTube page. Those seniors over there at the high school that's able to get on here and one of them even got a membership over here. And then I'm going to go down there and they're going to say, Ms.V was on her channel cussing because that's what kids do. They talk. And it'd be rumored all over the school before you know it. I have to be careful what rolls off of my tongue. Yes. And I've always told you that I respect the people in my chat too much to come out here and I don't live like that. I don't want that legacy. That old cussing woman laying up there in the casket, I'm glad she gone. No. Pray like a saint and cuss like a sailor. Yeah, Nap Tiger. And will bring God up in the cussing. Okay? Next sentence. Oh no, you got it all backwards and all wrong. Say so. Okay, I'm back on a different device. Okay, Sting. As long as we live in Texas, I'm going to meet you, Ms.V. Sting, we ain't 20 minutes apart. There's no reason why we can't meet each other or have lunch or you come over here or whatever. I mean, all summer long, we could have been spending some time out there at the pool. Yep. At the pit or something. You know I like to eat. Good evening. You are always cooking, so that'd be right down my alley. I buy the food you cooking. Miss V, I look up to you. I'm praying God bless me to get your age and wisdom. You will. Longevity is in your family tree and you stay healthy. To be honest, sometimes it frightens me a little bit because longevity is not in my family tree. My grandparents lived to be early 80s, and my grandmother passed of cancer. My grandfather just died of old age on my father's side. My father was an only child, and he had many, many, many strokes before he left here. And he was 74 years old. My mother was 76 when she left, and she had ovarian cancer. Cancer runs on my mother's side of the family, big time. All different kinds of cancer. So I constantly get myself tested all the time because I watch them how they've suffered leaving out of here and to the point they wanted to go. So turning 70, I had to really, really stop and think about it. You've had a great life. It has been good through it all. You've never been hungry. You've never been raggedy. You've never been outside. Through it all, you've always kept a roof over your head, cars to drive. Um, you kept going to school, getting yourself educated with a culinary background, fashion merchandising, chemistry. You worked in a lab. You worked all kind of jobs, airline, taught school. I've done what I wanted to do with my life. So I always tell myself, if tomorrow I can't get up and do anything else for myself, I can look back as long as my mind is working and look at the memories and embrace that, if nothing else. Yes. When you're in some profession which we was taught, it sometimes helps. I had a problem with it, but the police do it a lot. Okay, Knob Tiger. Um, yo, taking y'all out of here. Okay, Speak says Miss B. Yes, a gift for gab is the ultimate tool of Satan. It is because anybody talk that much got to lie sometime. If you never be quiet and listen to a person, I'm not a big talker when I'm around a lot of other people. How do I get to know who they are? They know about me because I'm running my mouth. I don't know nothing about them if I don't shut up and let them do some talking. That's another failure with us. That's another failure with us with men. Stop telling the men everything about you. When they start asking questions, you ask questions. Yeah, if they can't answer, then I don't know if that's the one. Because they ought to be just like you rattling it off to them, one question after another, you answering. They ought to be able to do the same thing. Yes, a gift of gab is the ultimate tool of Satan. The highway to hell is broad and wide. Many follow in that direction, while the narrow road is few and far in between. Jim Jones wasn't a joke. No, he was sincere. He was Satan bound. I mean, he was Satan himself, just a demon. To take all them people out and take himself out, David Koresh was no different. He burned up the compound down there. His own children that he brought into the world. That's a demon. I love your channel. Who is this? Marjorie, you're a wise woman. You speak real life experiences that some of us are going through or have been through. We need more channels like this. I can only talk about my life. I don't know these other people out here to be talking about them. That's why when they come for me, I'm like, you need to go back over there and find you somebody else that want to talk to you because my life ain't been nothing like your life. Okay, I grew up on a farm. I told y'all that when I first came out here. I'm a country girl on a 120-acre farm. I was the oldest of the girls. My sister's 12 years younger. I had five brothers ahead of me, but we all so far apart in age. I was the only one at home for a while. They were all off in college. That's how far my oldest brother's 83 years old. The ones in between now are gone. It's just him, me, and the baby sister. that's left behind. It didn't start out like that. I had to adjust through all of that. I had to adjust through losing a mother, losing a father. I don't have aunts. I don't have uncles. And my mother's side of the family was 12 children. At one time, we were all one big old happy family. Now we into third generations. Things change. You got to be able to change with the flow of things, and even in your own family dynamics. If I was the oldest girl and the baby for 12 years, now I had to move through positions in my family. I am not a middle child. How about that? I've moved around several times as I've lost my siblings. Yeah. Lois says, that's true, Miss V. All wisdom, my queen. Linda Best, Miss V, I admire your truth. Thank you. Oh, so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I haven't had a large family since they started really leaving in the 90s. And now we going into third generations. I'm talking about my great nieces and nephews are grown now and capable of having children and families. Be spinach. It's a blessing to get that age and still doing for self and good health. My mother turned 70 in June. People think she's in her 50s. Yeah, you got to keep on moving or you'll lose it because your body is aging just along with you. And you got to take good care of yourself when you're young because a lot of those things will come back and bite you when you get old. Like if you've been broken up in car wrecks or played sports and stuff like that, you'll start feeling it in your old age. I was always very active, but I didn't do any rugged activities. I know mountain climbing and all that kind of stuff. Um, Not even motorcycle riding. I didn't do that. I did that after I became grown. And just take care of yourself. You know, take care of your teeth. Go to the dentist if you want your teeth to last. I want my teeth to be here when I'm gone. Yeah, I mean, don't let your mouth get raggedy. If you can't afford to go to a dentist, there's always going to be some kind of government assistance program where if you can't put in dentures, just pull them raggedy teeth out because those teeth will cause abscesses and poison your body, cause other problems in your body. Take care of your face. It's not going to stay beautiful forever. You think I looked like this when I was 20 years old? No, I did not. Okay? I don't want to look like I'm 70, so I have to make sure I cleanse my face good where I don't have a lot of breakouts. I've never had bad skin. I don't want to start now. Your hair is going to change as you get older. I'm just beginning to get some gray hair. I think y'all did that on YouTube. Because I ain't have no gray hair until this year. But anyway, it's time. Like I said, I'll be 70 in February. No joke. Okay. Few words silence is key to learning wisdom when you sit around and you listen to the elderly. I've always admired older people, and I cannot stand it when younger people disrespect or talk about older people as if you don't want to get old one day, so you just want to leave in your 40s and your 50s. You don't want to be 60 and 70 and stay around here for a while to give some knowledge and some wisdom to somebody and watch your grandchildren grow up and maybe you see your grandchildren. That's a wonderful life. That's a great thing to me. Or maybe the kids that grew up in my house, they now have children. That's teenagers. I want to see them graduate from high school. I want to be there. Age to me is a state of mind. You as only as old as you feel and think you are. I never stop and think about it. It bothers other people more than it bothers me. I'm content. I'm happy. A lot of people I know didn't make it. Classmates, friends, family. The only thing I see that is starting to bother me some, and I'm gonna have to pray about this situation. As you age, people are dying and leaving you here. So you having less and less people that you know around you. That has become a reality for me. Okay. Denise, to God be the glory. Ms.V. cancer runs on my mom's side. I lost my mom in 2014 to colon cancer. Woo, that's a bad one. My ex-husband had it, fourth stage, but I was there with him and helped to nurse him back to health. They had to cut out 21 inches of his colon and redirect it and give him an ileoscopy and then turn around and reconnect him. We went through that for about 3 years. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Two of my aunts passed of cancer, ovarian, and two cousins, one from breast. All of those are bad cancers. Some cancers are worse than others. I've experienced all three of those with my family, and they can be rough. And breast cancer is terrible, especially if you don't catch it in that first stage. I constantly remind y'all every year, go get your mammogram. Please. I don't want to see nobody go through that. Veronica, get on that. Kate, what is this? Sanas and soup sauce bitter? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Doki. To God be all the glory. Okay, Veronica, mine too. My mom passed from lymphoma. My brother passed from lymphoma. He had Hodgkin's. The one that played professional football with the Jets. He passed that on his 49th birthday, just before his 49th birthday. Well, I'm 65, two boys, three girls, eight grandchildren. What a blessing. I'm blessed. Thank God my youngest is 25, oldest 44. You kind of spread them out there, Miss B. That is a blessing, though. Yes. You at a good age, 65, retirement age. The benefits gonna kick in, Miss B. I'm so sorry for your loss, Veronica. Yes, beautiful life. I love older people. Thank you, Henderson. Okay. I'm talking manipulation in a positive way to help a person strive for success, encourage independence. Okay. Miss V, you're speaking truth. My husband passed from pancreatic cancer. Ooh, that's a bad one too there. Not too many people survive it either, Miss B. You probably know that by now in 2010. My sister and brother and husband passed from cancer. Yeah, still working, military wife. Okay. All right, y'all. I've been out here an hour and 12 minutes, so I am going to cut the conversation. I think we've had a great conversation on picking yourself up from the bootstraps. Don't worry about nobody else picking you up. Don't worry about making all these friends, because if they're the ones that's really holding you back in a sense, if you stop and think about it, if you're in a predicament and they are praising you in that predicament, they're really holding you back, because they should be telling you something that is going to better you and make you better about yourself, where you're not going to want to be in that predicament ever again in life. Time to repent. Time to start talking to Jesus. Stop talking to people, okay? Because a lot of situations you get yourself in, they ain't going to be able to help you no way. Mm-mm. And they're going to forget about you. Just like when people die and leave here. It's very painful when it first happens. But over time, they move on. Same thing in life. Excellent topic. Thank you, Sherry. So I'm going to say good night to all, and I will see you good guys tomorrow if the good Lord says the same. Y'all have a pleasant night's sleep. Thank you for coming over and hitting the like button. And excuse me, being a member over here or subscribing to the channel. Y'all have a pleasant night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Much love.